November 17, 2022. 6 days before the predicted date on Colton's data grid. Adrien Park goes missing. Last seen leaving her office in Cambridge, Massachusetts. No signs of forced entry. Her security badge is found in the stairwell. Her last known communication. A voicemail to Agent Low's old encrypted line. In it, she whispers one word, "Mirror." The bureau doesn't respond. That line was deactivated a year ago, but the message still goes through. Same day, anomalous network traffic surges from an abandoned data facility in upstate New York. Decommissioned in 2009. Cold storage only. No active nodes. Yet a live stream begins broadcasting from within, a single feed. A room. Empty. Lit with fluorescent light. One chair. One mirror. The camera doesn't move. But the reflection does. Colton's encrypted backups were never fully wiped. One surviving drive is recovered by a journalist working under an alias, Marla Easton. She publishes select screenshots online. Frames from the video. But in each, the room changes slightly. The mirror grows darker. And by the 5th frame, there's a figure in the reflection. Female. Standing still. Head tilted. She looks exactly like Erin Delaney. Only older. Marla disappears 3 days later. Meanwhile, the public begins to notice. Reddit threads. Twitter theories. People claiming they've seen the girl in the mirror. Not just online. In reflections. In their homes. At night. Some think it's a hoax. Viral marketing. But one post stands out. A teenager in Ohio uploads a blurry cell phone clip from his bathroom. The caption reads, "She mouthed something to me. Backwards. Authorities investigate." The teen is found in a catatonic state. Mirror shattered. Every word he wrote on his walls backwards. Adrien Park's laptop is recovered from a pawn shop in Trenton. Inside, a single document survives. Recursion_tapestry. It's not a report. It's a manifesto. Notes scrawled across maps, time zones, constellations. She believed the data grid was more than predictive. She believed it was reactive, that the people being taken weren't chosen but echoed. She wrote, "The archive doesn't forget. It replays." Meanwhile, in a Bureau black site buried beneath Virginia, Agent Miriam Low is no longer listed as missing. Her file has been sealed, redacted, reclassified. But one former analyst leaks her final session transcript to an anonymous crime podcast. The tape is audio only. Her voice is calm. Detached. Miriam. They watch through patterns. Glass. Screens. Anything with memory. That's how they echo. We thought Mercer was the subject. But he was the reflection. Erin was the lens. I'm not sure I ever existed outside their field. She stops talking for 17 seconds. Then adds. They only appear when you stop looking. The transcript ends. November 23rd arrives. The predicted date. Nothing happens. No new video. No anomalies. Until 11:03 p.m. Every mirror inside the Newark bureau shatters simultaneously. Security footage from a third-floor hallway captures it. A silent tremor. Lights dim. Glass explodes inward. And on the far end of the hall, a woman appears. She walks slowly. Her head tilted. She passes 5 security cameras. Each one freezes. Then resumes. Only one frame survives from the glitch. A close-up. It's Erin. But her eyes are not human. Zoomed in, they reflect the same dark room from Colton's original video. The Bureau erases the footage within 12 hours. No public comment is made. But whistleblower forums begin lighting up. Claims of lost agents. Disconnected field teams. Reports of equipment showing reflections that lag. December 1st. A child is found wandering Route 66 barefoot in New Mexico. She gives no name, speaks no words, only repeats a phrase over and over. He left the door open. When shown a series of photographs, she points to one. It's Mercer. Except the image is a sketch. Not from law enforcement. It's from a missing persons poster dated 1979. Same face, same eyes, same name. But that Mercer was 16 when he disappeared. 43 years ago. No body ever found. His parents said he vanished from a cabin after staring into a mirror for too long. The Bureau orders the case sealed indefinitely. Colton vanishes from custody. His cell empty, but a message is scratched into the metal bunk, carved deep into the frame. 7 letters. 1 word. Records. And behind that word, the faint outline of a mirrored surface. Not part of the original bed design. As of now, the case is officially closed. But nothing feels resolved. And somewhere, deep in the Bureau's surveillance servers, a new folder appears every morning, titled with a date. Inside, one single image. Always the same girl. Always the same mirror. Only the reflection changes. December 8, 2022. A former Bureau technician, anonymous source, codename Bell, sends a package to a retired investigative journalist in Seattle. No return address. Inside, a hard drive, a handwritten note, and a broken piece of mirror wrapped in cloth. The note reads, "Don't look at it unless you're recording." The drive contains corrupted video logs, partial restores, echoes of surveillance footage from inside Bureau black sites, dated months before any public anomalies began. The footage is disjointed, unstable, but there's a pattern. Every log starts with an empty room, a chair, a mirror, then a movement behind the glass. One video plays backwards. The timestamp counts down. At -00:00:02, the reflection reaches for the glass and vanishes. The same reflection appears in 5 different black site feeds, across different states, different timelines, always the same figure. Female, still, head tilted. Each time, the original footage is wiped from the Bureau's archive within 24 hours. Someone or something is actively deleting the evidence. Meanwhile, Bell sends a second message, this time encrypted through a VPN drop. One sentence. The archive was never digital. It was ritual. He attaches a scan of a classified memo dated 1983, signed by Dr. Reuben Ashcroft. The memo outlines Project Echo, a covert behavioral study testing consciousness imprinting through sustained mirror observation. The theory: if consciousness can be reflected, it can be replicated. Ashcroft wrote, "The reflection is not a copy. It's a tether." In his final line, "If you record the tether long enough, it begins to record you." Bell's messages stop after that. December 14th. A live stream appears on a dark web mirror site. Same room, same setup, but this time there's a man in the chair, eyes closed, hands tied, a faint heartbeat audible under the static. Viewers can comment. Thousands join in. Most assume it's performance art, viral stunt. But one user, tagged as lread87, types, "This is real. I saw her face. It was Claire." The name sparks immediate reaction. Claire Bennett. Unsolved disappearance 2017. Cold case. Vanished without a trace. Last seen near a broken surveillance monitor in her apartment. That monitor, recovered months later. Inside the circuitry, encrypted footage that couldn't be decrypted until now. The Bureau reopens her file. The decrypted footage is chilling. Claire in her apartment, talking to someone off-screen. No audio. She backs away. Slowly. Her reflection in the window remains still. But then it smiles. Claire doesn't. She turns. Gone. The screen distorts. The final frame. The reflection stepping toward the glass. Back in the present, another twist. A separate case reopens in Phoenix. A young man named Julian Low, reported missing in 1996. Same surname. No known relation to Agent Miriam Low. Until forensic data connects the two. Julian Low was her brother. She never disclosed it. His body was never found. But now, a photo is discovered in a sealed evidence locker in Flagstaff PD. Timestamped 1997. It shows Julian alive. And in the background, Dr. Reuben Ashcroft. Same face. Uniged. Impossible. The Bureau denies the photo's authenticity. But the metadata is intact. No signs of tampering. Another message is found. this time in a subchannel of the Bureau's internal audio logs. Distorted voice, possibly Miriam's. She says, "They're not victims. They're duplicates. Every disappearance is an overwrite. They take the original, leave the echo." Analysts dismiss it as delusion. But then, December 17th, all Bureau-issued reflective surfaces are removed from field offices. Unexplained. No official memo. But agents confirm the order. No mirrors. No glass. No screens when alone. That same week, a set of internal video logs leak. One shows Agent Low, alive, sitting in a padded cell, talking to herself. But only when the camera pans does the viewer realize. Her reflection is not synced. It watches her, eyes unblinking. When she blinks, it doesn't. When she moves, it's half a second behind. She never notices. The final frame? The reflection moving after Miriam has gone still. This footage ends with a single line of text burned into the black. Only the recorded remember. The case files surrounding the Aaron Delaney disappearance are locked indefinitely. But 2 nights ago, a user named 7Mercer uploaded a new video to an encrypted FTP mirror. No metadata. No title. It shows a hand holding a cracked phone. In the screen's reflection, Adrien Park. She's not speaking, but her mouth moves. And if you play the footage in reverse, frame by frame, she mouths, "Don't watch the next part." And then, the video freezes. But before it cuts out, the reflection begins to turn toward the camera. Even though Adrien never moves, the Bureau issues no comment. But rumor spreads fast. The live stream has returned. Same chair, same mirror. But this time, the camera is slowly zooming in. Frame by frame, each night, closer. And behind the mirror, there's someone watching. December 19th, 2022. A technician from a private cybersecurity firm, subcontracted under a Bureau-adjacent black budget, quits his job. No explanation. Before leaving, he posts a message anonymously in a whistleblower forum. The archive is not a place. It's a memory, and it's growing. His account is banned within the hour. That same day, the livestream, now known online as the Mirror feed, hits 1 million viewers. The chair is still empty, but the reflection has changed. No longer a perfect match to the room. A new detail has appeared in the background. A metal door, half open. There was no door before. Digital analysts can't explain it. Frame-by-frame comparisons confirm the reflection is evolving independently of the real-world feed. As if it's remembering things the room has never seen. That night, Adrien Park's missing persons case is officially reopened. New witness comes forward. Name Monica Reyes, former neighbor. Claims she saw Adrien the night after she was declared missing. But she wasn't walking. She was standing still, in the middle of the cul-de-sac, at 3:12 a.m. facing directly into a security camera. Unmoving for at least 17 minutes. Reyes only saw the footage later, when a neighbor checked the archives after his dog wouldn't stop growling at the front door. The dog died 2 days later. Autopsy inconclusive. Cause listed as cardiac event. The footage was uploaded to cloud storage. It's since been deleted. Not by the account owner. By the service provider. Unprecedented. No explanation. When confronted, the company's legal team claimed the file never existed. But a cached thumbnail remains in Google's image index. It shows Adrien's face. Smiling. Eyes completely black. December 21st. Lucas Reed, who vanished following his comment on the Mirror feed, reappears. But not in person. In another video. This time, the footage is from inside the observation room at Bureau Site 9. It was supposed to be sealed. The video shows Lucas sitting in the corner, rocking slightly. He looks gaunt, exhausted. A voice can be heard behind the camera, believed to be Agent Miriam Low. She asks him, "When did you last sleep?" Lucas doesn't respond directly. He just whispers, "They remember me, but I don't remember being them." In the mirror behind him, there's a flicker, a figure standing where no one should be. The frame jumps, and then Lucas is gone. The chair is empty again. The feed ends abruptly, but a spectrographic analysis of the final frame reveals something terrifying. Hidden within the static, barely perceptible to the human eye, is a pattern. A face. Not Lucas's. Not Miriam's. Claire Bennett. Same tilt of the head. Same torn sweater. Same dead stare. The algorithm used to analyze it crashes the researcher's system 3 times. They leave a final note. It's not a recording. It's a signal. Christmas Eve. A child in northern Michigan wakes up screaming. Tells his parents the girl in the glass spoke to him. Says she told him where to find her. The parents dismiss it until he brings them a broken camcorder from the basement crawlspace. They didn't know it was there. Inside the camcorder, an unlabeled high-8 tape. When played, it shows grainy black and white footage of a teenage girl. Claire Bennett, 17 years old. She's sitting in a classroom, staring at her own reflection in the window. The video is timestamped 2009. Claire went missing in 2017. The camera pans, there's no one else in the classroom. But her reflection is mouthing something, over and over. I see you seeing me. The family turns the tape over to police. The camcorder disappears during transport. Footage never reaches evidence. That same night, all previous instances of Claire's missing person reports vanish from national databases. Her DMV record, school transcripts, hospital files, scrubbed. It's as if she never existed. But the original YouTube video, the one that started it all, is still online. Re-uploaded. Screen recorded. Mirrored across accounts. One user, handle mirror_echo_01, edits it frame by frame. And in the final version, they slow down the very last 0.5 seconds. Reveal a message encoded in the flicker. Record your reflection before it records you. December 26th. An anonymous voicemail is left on the original case officer's line. It's Miriam Low's voice. She sounds calm, detached. She says, "You were right not to believe her. That was never Adrien." The message ends with 5 chilling words. "I'm not Miriam anymore either." And then, silence. For 6 seconds. Before the call disconnects. But in the background, you can hear the faint hiss of static. And if you isolate the final second, there's a whisper, a child's voice. It says, "Next time it's you." Stay tuned for part 3 and subscribe to this channel.